People do not know you or me or don't know. So I'm Jacinta, and Jacinta company Jacinta Healing Arts, and I am an empath. And as an empath, I sense and feel a lot of things, or too many things at times, I would say. So today's workshop is all about intuition, and it's really going deep within you, okay? And basically everyone is born with some gift, like they say psychic gift or whatever you call it. Those people tend to think that intuition is a psychic gift, but if that's what you want to call it, you can call that. Everyone is born with that gift. Could be a little bit, or it could be more, like us. And I want to thank Carolyn for organizing tonight, because she wanted to attend one of the workshops that I had, but she was not able to come. So this is thanks to her that we are here today.
And it's thanks to Michelle, because Michelle came to me asking me to work with her.
Okay.
And I said, well, let's go see Jacinta first.
So
that we grow together.
Those who don't know you, those who doesn't know CJ, she's an intuitive. She does this intuitive business. So it's an honor that she requested me to do this. So I'm going to go around and let you guys introduce yourself. Then I'm going to share a little info of what I know of who, and then you can share a little bit. And this is going to be a very interactive workshop, because it's more about where you are at, and this way I can help give you the tips that you want or need to advance yourself in this area. Probably you'll probably have just as advanced and don't know it, right? So I will start with you, Dusty.
Of course it would be me. I'm Dusty. I've taken several of Jacinta's workshops. It's helped me get back on the path, the right path. And she is everything she says she is, and more. If anybody's had a session with her, you understand what I'm saying.
So I'm CJ, and Carolyn as well. So Jacinta referred to me as Carolyn. I'm an intuitive, and when I'm working with my clients, I like to be able to sense and feel things. And lately I've just been feeling like something's missing, and so you can always learn, and I look at Jacinta as a master, and that I can maybe get some nuggets from her that will help me in my journey in helping others.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
My name's Chris. I'm just here
You would
to see what's going on. Just find out a little bit more about my intuitiveness that I have, that I already apply in my life, sort of on a day-to-day basis with my job, and some changes I made over the past couple of years to become a happier person and say yes more. So I'm open to new things. So, and I've been dating Carolyn for the past 6 months. We've been together, so I'm sort of open to.
You're going in for the ride.
Yeah, I'm a very accepting person, and I'm pretty easygoing, so I'm just kind of open. So I'm here just to,
That's great.
just to see what you're offering, and just support Carolyn, and just kind of maybe learn some intuitiveness that I may have hidden
No.
in myself.
My name is Karen. I'm actually here because I'm curious about healing arts. I have a neurological problem, and I've tried everything under the sun to cure it. As far as intuition, it has saved, my life and my family's life once. And I thought it was women's intuition, and it just made me a better captain.
My name is Hester. I've known Jacinta a long time, but I've actually been in the spiritual path for a very, very long time, except that I actually made my living in the business world, so I'm actually very, very left-brain in terms of how I think. And so what Jacinta has been helping me with is actually learn to tap into the intuition and actually, be more right-brained and actually learn to follow through guidance. So I just wanted to know, and I know I've been making progress, but I just want to know now how can I continue to apply that sort of in a day-to-day setting, even in the business scenarios as well.
I'm just going to stop for a second here. Hester, actually, I met Hester through a Chinese meditation center. I was taking Chinese meditation courses, and because I don't speak Chinese, so she's an English rep for us English-speaking students.
Nice.
And we were in Vancouver, and because of being an empath, you cannot imagine being in a room full of 600 people, what that does to me. I nearly passed out, and then they were all afraid and going to take me to the hospital, right? But I insisted no, and fortunately there was an indigenous nurse that was there, and she was wondering why I was so insistent on not going to the hospital. And so she came into my ear and asked me, I said, yes, so she's okay. I can understand you don't need to go close. I have to sign a waiver, but Hester stayed with me, and while I sat with her, I was sensing everything about her and her family, her daughter, and then she's thinking, who is this woman? Who doesn't know about my kids, is telling me all about my kids. Because her daughter is also an empath, and I've been mentoring her for what, 2-3 years now. So I help her to become an empowered empath, so she understands what her gifts are and how to manage them. And I'm so proud of her because she is now doing training under me to do what I do, doing the healing journey. Healing journey is basically guiding people to have more self-awareness, how to understand yourself first before you try to understand anybody else. So she has not only done so well with the client that she have, or even with friends. So because I was mentoring her daughter Julia, so I had to kind of piggyback her with Julia's session, because like she said, she's so very left-brained, and she needed to understand how her daughter experienced what she's going through as an empath, right? So in the process, she has learned, now she will say, I feel rather than I think.
Although the mind still gets in the way.
Yeah. So that's where she's at. So she's learning a lot about tapping into intuition through our conversation.
Nice.
I'm Sylvie, and I also think I'm an empath. I can go anywhere and people will just tell me their life stories without even me making eye contact.
Yeah.
If I make eye contact, then I'm done. And I just have a hard time, like you said, when you're around a lot of people, you feel all these emotions,
Yes.
and I just don't know how to control that or manage that.
So that's what I do in the Healing Journey program. I take you step by step to understand what's yours and what's not yours, and how to maintain that your own energy and protect yourself from having all the energy bombarded. Because there was a time in my life I was always landing in the hospital because I was feeling everybody's pain, because I'm a physical receptive empath, which means I feel people's pain in my body, and I feel people's emotion in my body. So it was, you're going to the hospital and they think that you're a hypochondriac, looking for attention, but you know. But over time I learned more about myself, because I go in and understand what's going on, and then I start paying attention to the little details when things would happen, when it happens, and through that I learned how to manage myself to become more empowered and not be affected by people's pains and emotion. I mean, it's not 100% proof, but at least I know I can protect myself, and if I do get it, I know how to take it away, kind of thing.
That's one of the hardest things.
So Dusty too is an empath.
Okay, so my name is Krista, and I've always been very intuitive. I haven't always listened. And in the last couple months, I've been having some really interesting experiences where I've had little nudges and I've ignored them, and then later on found out that they were right. And I've had little nudges that I've followed, and it was just things to do with where I'm taking my life, and they were very uncomfortable things to do, but I did them and they turned out really beautifully. And I've had some other experiences just interacting with people lately that I know that I have gifts, and I saw on a group chat, I saw your message and I got that nudge to say yes. So I
So
know
here you
you
are.
and I know Jacinta, and I trust both of you, and I know that you have gifts, and I just said yes. So here I am.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to see you again.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I've been on a journey as well. The path this year has been a big journey with lots of things going on. And I've been practicing and going away from, healing arts in a number of modalities for 20 years plus now. And I find that I'm very intuitive. I never write a lesson plan. I never know sometimes what I'm going to talk about in class, and it just seems to just flow out of me. And I want to understand what I'm supposed to do, because my head is like, there's so many things. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to share what I think intuition is. Everybody would have their own definition, I would say, or ideas of what they think intuition is. But I'm just sharing for me, what it means, what intuition is, okay? And how I follow it and why I follow it. And you can take it and ask yourself, because you're gonna have to go home and really contemplate on what we talk about tonight, because then you'll get more insights after you go home. Okay, so it just doesn't end here. All right. For those who have already been having your nudges and working with intuition, so you have some idea of what that feels like. Now, for me, intuition is that inner voice from your heart. And where does that inner voice come from? We all have our guardian angels or spirit guides, okay? So I consider that as if they're talking to me. That's why when I'm talking as a conscious channel, I'll be talking to you like I'm talking, but sometimes I'm not talking. So whatever you hear, you want to write a note, because I'm not going to remember some of the things that's going to come through me. Okay? There are times that I might remember some of the things that I channel only when I get a visual message. And because I'm a very visual person, being creative also visual, so that things get stuck in my head. But what I sense, feel, or hear, that doesn't stay. But visual part is like a movie I see. So, like when you watch a movie, you can remember the real whole thing, right? So that's how it is for me. And when I'm talking with clients and stuff like that, and I'll say they said this, they said that, and that's usually because I can't help but it just come out like that. They said this, so that usually means my spirit guides, my guardian angel, whatever you want to call it, right? I have been, I guess, somewhat instinctually or naturally been listening to my guides without actually really realizing it at first. But through my journey, and I've learned more, then when I go back, oh yeah, I remember those, things that when I said a channel something. Okay. So as a conscious channel, actually I'll be speaking, but it's not me speaking. But sometimes the guide may not want to speak through me, so they will speak to me to pass it on. So a lot of times when I'm doing healing, that's when my channel is very open and I get a lot. And Hester that knows me, she said, I don't know how you do it. You just instantly, okay, let's do this, right? The whole plan, everything changes. When the nudge comes, everything is out of the way. I just follow that. And quite often, it doesn't matter. Logic is going to try to question it.